Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Reading Wheel of Time. And today we're going to read chapters 28 to 30, which is, yeah, we're more than halfway through it. Very great. There will not probably not be something next weekend, and the weekend after we will be as always. So yeah, because next weekend I will be on a wedding, and I can't make it. So let's just get into this and have some fun. So chapter 28 is called Footprints in Air. Whatever that means, let's see. Oh, and we have Nynaeve here and Nynaeve chapter, and they're at Whitebridge. So let's see if this is before Matt and Rand came there, or if it is after. And we might actually get to know what happened to Tome here already. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, and she's conflicted here as well. So she even considers trading as an Aes, but only to be a better wisdom and to take revenge should the others take harm. Yeah, I mean that's that's sounds good. And she says the one power is a filthy thing, so she's like in the story world where the one power is the bad thing the Aes used. That's where she is currently. But I understand that. So it's probably they're probably gonna arrive later. I'm just thinking about it because, going by boat and it's downstream, so they are with the currents, so they are probably quicker than on horse. I think. But I'm not sure. Yeah, so Moraine just wants to get everyone to Tarvalon, and she's like unmoved by Nynaeve's outbursts or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I mean Moraine is really this rock in the currents of the sea. She's unmoving, and yeah. And she says, yeah, you can. Emotions won't do you good when using the power. Is that so though, or is that their way? Can it be that you can use emotions, or is it like you just explode, so to speak? I don't know. Yeah, and she's falling for Lan. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, that is also a great line. If it was a duel she had not managed to score once, and Moraine did not even seem to realize she was in a fight. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah, and there it's that's interesting. So everything is silence, great atmosphere. Jordan is creating here like eerie a bit. First you think the silence is a safe haven from danger, but then it stays and stays, and yeah, it's like a crystal doomed to shatter, as he puts it here. Very very nicely done. um, yeah, it's eerie. I think it's eerie. Yeah, and they're all going mad. I mean, not completely, but Moraine is like listening for things that are not there or are there. Perhaps there are things here and that will be a plot twist, but yeah, and they are just like so tense, and because nothing is happening, they're more and more tense by each second. And he says to Lan says to Nynaeve after she asks him why they are so tense, and she says, "Oh, it's nothing. Oh, you should go back. Nothing will happen, but you should go back." It's so weird, and it's the longest speech he made all day. It's like 5 sentences max. Yeah, and this is quite like Sauron. The Dark One watches the world. His gaze is on us and on the world. Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, and now they're like she snaps out of her daydream, and now they're on the bridge again, and the bridge is like very looks like it's like it's made from glass and could shatter any moment, but it's not because it's like from Second Age or before that. Oh, so it is after the shade came, so some houses are burned down, I think. Yeah, and Moraine seems to be extremely well with people, so she immediately goes down the horse, like she dismounts a deep and goes to the people, just tells them that she's sorry, like something like that, and she doesn't even ask questions. That is interesting. Yeah, and they're in denial. They say, "No, nothing happened, but your house is burned down. Made your house." No, it's not. I don't know why that's so funny. I mean, it's tragic, you know. Yeah, and they said, oh, that's in, so there are random houses burned down as far as I read this correctly, and they all just say yeah, it's like there was this man and he was using the power, something like that. And yeah, okay, now let's just get the Red Aja to fix this. We don't care anymore. We hate Hessedai, but let's just get the Red Aja. Yeah, so the captain escaped. Apparently, they just cut loose and they just went on because they knew there was trouble. And now Nynaeve is wondering if the Gleeman was Tom, which he was. I hope he's still alive. But yeah, yeah. The Aes Sedai listened patiently, nodding until she was done. Perhaps. What? Oh God, Moray, what the frick are you doing? Oh, and I think they're in the same inn. Yeah, now the militia comes and asks, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And Landris says, "No, we're just gonna go." And yeah, the light illumine. I've never heard that word. I mean, I know illuminate, but illumine. I'm sorry, I don't know that one. Probably the same, but differently written. Whatever. So the light illumine, good Queen Morgase. So Queen Morgase, I think they mentioned her once before. So there seems to be a queen in this queendom. I don't know how it's called. Yeah, and Moray knows the two were in the room. So Rand and Matt, she feels them, apparently from strong emotion. But which is yeah, I how does that work? I don't know. But she can still feel them if she's within half a mile from them away. That's interesting. So it's not only yeah, not only the coins, but also when she is like connected with them in a way. Yeah, and she says, "Yeah, we'll find them at Camlin," and yeah, she will probably do that because she did it in the show. I think I remember that. No, she found them in Tavalon, but I think they cut Whitebridge and stuff like that. So yeah. So now Nynaeve says, "Yes." So you say you have to rescue the boys, but why don't you talk about Egwene? You said you take her to Tavalon. Why do you never mention her? That's weird. I hope she answers that. By the way, Lan smelled the half man, so the shade was smelt. Detective Shade unfortunately lost his undercover status. And yeah, I really wonder what happened to Tome. Yeah, and she says, I normally don't give up young women like Egwene, but if it happens, so it just means the boys are more important because usually she would probably go after Egwene first and not the boys, but the boys are more important than the potentially very powerful Aes Sedai in the making, which, yeah, I mean, that tells you already a lot how important the boys are. So, yeah, Nynaeve doesn't like it, of course, but I mean, yeah. Yeah. So now they go onto the Camelot Road as well. Yeah. So, yeah, that was the chapter. Short one, I feel. I don't know. This felt short. I don't know why. Yeah, it was quite short. Whatever. Let's get to the next one. Ooh, Elias. I really do like that. Okay, so they are being followed now, I think, because he doesn't want to make fires. He only makes fires if everything is in place already. He doesn't, so he doesn't, what would you call it? He doesn't change the environment, like, so that people know that there had been people. He doesn't do that. I mean, I understand that. So it's not Trollocs. So Egwene asks, are Trollocs after us? And he says, no, Egwene, no. Oh, the Trollocs. Worse things than Trollocs are hunting these woods. Whatever. Okay, so something fear is driving them that they are not sure about. So they don't know what is driving them. That's creepy. Yeah, and Alice is just like, you stupid children. Could you just listen to me? I know what I'm doing. We're going the long way because that's the safe way where we're not discovered. That is so much more creepy than with the Trollocs, them being hunted here. So something is stalking them. They're running away, and we don't even know what it is. We just know it's a feeling, and the feelings in magic shows or serious or both are bad. So, like, if you have a feeling of being hunted, you are probably being hunted by demons and witches, whatever. Yeah, it's so this is like a horror show, a horror book right now. Like it's like he's so weird, and he knows what he's doing. So I mean, we do know that it's like something's after them, and he's just so careful. What is going on? I really need to write a story that's like this. Like, you know, they're just some people wandering through the woods, and then some guy comes and he gives them so many weird, and he's behaving weirdly, and he gives them so many weird things to do, and in the end something comes. They will be so creepy. Too bad he already did it. That would be so fun to write. Yeah, now they see ravens, so they're probably being controlled, I think. Yeah, it's like the ravens are very weird. And in the borderlands, there are bounties on ravens, probably because they're the Dark One's followers, so to speak. Okay, so he wants to go in the night because ravens roost in the night. That's quite clever. And he has a place in mind, and it sounds like the place is quite creepy as well. And the ravens are hunting foxes? What is going on? Never heard that. Do they do that in real life as well? I don't. I've never heard about that. She just ripped it apart. Okay, whatever. Okay, good that Egwene can use a sling as well. So she killed a raven that came out of the corpse of the fox. Yeah, good. So it won't alert the others. Yeah, this is so tense, this chapter. It's not much to react to, so to speak, because, you know, it's like just tense stuff happening. They just go through a forest and ravens are there and perhaps something else, and all those things want to get them. But it's, you know, it's interesting and it's very good. I really like it. Well written. I mean, most of the stuff here is well written, but, you know, it's really good. Good stuff. Yeah, and they just see the carnage from the ravens. It's so, what the frick is going on? Okay, so the wolves are now fighting the ravens, and Perrin is like varging into them, so to speak, and he tastes the feathers in the mouth. Yeah, and Dapple is now leading them towards other ravens. I think she's trying to hunt them down. This is, I don't know why this is funny, but the way you said it, think you'll do any better than that fox did if they can just the one with his its inside piled on its head. What did the ravens just say? Yeah, let's do some modern art. Let's put these here. What's going on? Yeah, and now it seems that that Perrin thinks the ravens will catch up to them because he saw it through the wolves, and he estimated they are about an hour away, and 2 hours. They have to go 2 hours still, so they will probably catch them. This big swarm, this big flock. But let's see what happens. Okay, so now they crossed some weird magical line. I don't know. And Perrin felt that he lost something, probably the wolves, like he doesn't feel them anymore. And it's told like in a way that you know that he will miss them now, and that he will probably accept his wolf-bearing power, wolf-friending powers. And let's see what Elias says about the line now. It's safety. So they're at this place, and the one power doesn't work there. It doesn't exist there, perhaps even. Is that like a is that man-made or intelligence-made? I don't know how to put it. Or is it like just made from the wheel? It's just the thing in the pattern, or what is it? Or is it like a burnt spot in the pattern? Whatever. I don't know how to put it. It's weird. Oh, it's a steading. So it's Ogier magic. Um, I don't remember. Were the steadings created by the Ogier, or were they just like the steadings were created and then the Ogier emerged there? What was it like? Yeah, it's the steading makes the Ogier, not the Ogier makes the steading. Yeah, so it's like it's a weird magical place. Yeah, parents just like it's now like, why don't we stay here until it's all over? Yeah, you can't because you might be the dragon. We know you're not, but so men, and I assume he means women and men, so men could all just come into this place. So it's not affecting them. Why? So they now find a little creek of water, I think. And Elias already said, yeah, you could even drink here, that water, but the way he said it makes me think that that is special water. I don't know. Is he like doing this wolf thing? I don't know. So Perrin, I think he did the wolf thing or the dog thing with after he went into the water. the way he thinks here, Perrin, when he looks at the sun setting, and he thinks, would you have cut her down? Does he mean would he have cut her Egwene down, like accidentally? And that's, I mean, that's what happened in the show to his wife. So, is that what happens here? Like he imagines that cutting Egwene down accidentally when hitting at ravens? I don't know. Ooh, and now I think they found a statue of Arthur Hawkwing. Oh, we get background about Arthur now. Let's see. Okay, so he united all the lands once, and I knew that, but they say here, to the Isle Waste and even beyond that. So there's something beyond the Isle Waste, perhaps. And the other side of the Arid Ocean. So that does exist as well then. Okay, and so he was a tyrant. Yeah, he was the absolute order. So everyone who went against his power and his reign was just deleted. And yeah, it says here a child could ride from, across the whole country with a bag of gold next to him or on his shoulders or its shoulders or her shoulders, whatever. And nothing would happen to the child because the rule was so strict that no one would dare touch it. But he just eradicated everything he didn't like and he thought was an attack against his power. Yeah, okay, so he was, and that's why he attacked the Aes Sedai. So he lay a 20-year siege to the Aes Sedai, and he gave bounties on their head. That's so absurd. Why? Or perhaps, I understand that they have power. He does have power, but their power is different. So yeah, he probably doesn't like them a lot, or didn't like them a lot. Yeah, and that killed him in the end. I see. So he was probably poisoned. I mean, it's like he got sick, or he might was maybe poisoned. Yeah, of course he was poisoned. It's like Stalin. He was probably poisoned as well. I mean, we know that Stalin was like this absolute dictator, one of the worst people to have ever lived, and he at least what we don't really know if he was murdered like with this, like with poison, but we know that people were there that could have helped him and they did not. So yeah, some parallels there. Yeah, and he hated the Aes Sedai, but he also hated the Dark One. So he's the absolute order personified. At least he was. And perhaps we will get another person like that. Like, this is quite an archetypal person. And there have been men like that in history. Ah, I see. Okay, but he was not a dictator. I got that wrong. So they say the common folk never feared him and they loved him because he was never mean. So he was not like Stalin, who starved all of his people, like several million people starved. But at least he got that going. So common folk loved him. But they say here as well, with peace except for what was going on across the ocean. So beyond the ocean, there is something. What is there? Is that like America? Because it's like a world, like our world in the future, probably. So is that America? Or is it like Europe and Asia? I don't know. So he wanted to create, yeah, this is like Hitler now. Great stuff, guys. So now he wants to create the greatest city ever where nothing was before. This is so weird. Oh, and that steading was supposed to be the capital because Aes Sedai couldn't channel there. And because it was the center of the world, so to speak. Okay, most of them looked on him as only a step below the creator. Well, that's so wow. Yeah, okay, so the statue was built and the city was supposed to be built around the statue, but the day the statue was finished, he died. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. And then, yeah, his sons and heirs fought over the throne, and what happens then, like Game of Thrones, probably. Okay, and some of his bloodline might have gone across the Arid Ocean, which means that there is something there. Let's see if we find that out. That's so. I always love unknown lands. Okay, but why does so in the end left were only the stories and most of them wrong? But why do you know that? Why does Elias know all of that? That's so weird. Yeah, it was the beginning of the War of the 100 Years. Yeah, great guys. You just yeah, you had peace, didn't like it. Yeah, and the and Elias just stops and goes away, so to speak, mentally, and doesn't answer anything when Gwen says, first you sound like you hate them, now you sound like you admire him. How does he know that? Who is Elias? Is he like a descendant of his? Of Arthur? I don't know, but it's so fishy. Everything about Elias is fishy, but not in a bad way, you know. I like him, but there is a lot to tell about him, probably. Yeah, and Perrin doesn't like sleeping there with the statue staring at him like the Dark One. Okay, that was the chapter. It was actually a very fine chapter again. I'm very glad. And now we will start with chapter 30, Children of Shadow. Okay, it's another Perrin chapter. And now Alice is saying, do you hate Egwene? Why did you want to kill her? What is going on? Like, because he annoyed him? Yeah, but what? So they probably took this and created the character of his wife, you know, so that this played really out. I don't like that, but I mean, I understand their reasoning there. Yeah, and it's like, Elias says, like, yeah, it would have been okay if you beheaded her because it would have been cleaner and quicker than those stupid ravens getting her, and you know that, and it's harsh but true, probably. Yeah, and he says, yeah, I didn't want this axe. I pretended to use it back then, but now I don't want to. And Alice says, you will use it. You'll use it. You'll use it far enough, my friend. Yeah, you'll use it, boy, and as long as you hate using it, you will use it more wisely than most men would. That's true. If ever you don't hate it any longer, then will be the day to throw it as far as you can. Ah, that is great. Yeah, if you use a weapon to defend yourself, don't like get caught up in, yeah, I'm the most powerful now, because then you love the axe and you should throw it away, because that's when you really hurt things actively. Why does he know it though? He's so wise. Who is that guy? I think Elias is currently my favorite character. I don't know, because he's so mysterious. Told by Thoman, Moraine, and Tem, I think. And then Nynaeve. I will probably in the end do a list of my favorite characters, and I will do a mega review probably of the book. But yeah, it's just like I love Elias really, really, really a lot, because he seems like a true person. You know, like he's true to himself in a way, and he's caring, but he's also realistic. Yeah. Okay, now. Okay, so now someone is coming, and I assume it's the White Cloaks because it's called Children of Shadow and it has the son of the White Cloaks. So probably the White Cloaks followed them actually. Okay, so they were the thing that Elias hated. Yeah, and they smell sick, like mind sick. Yeah, now they hide. Yeah, they hid Elias, went to another direction to do stuff, and yeah, yeah, and now they are cowering beside his fingers. Maybe some justice of his is still left. Yeah. Yeah. Why are the writers so persistently looking for them? Something is wrong. Yeah, and now they are breaking down. Like, and Gwen is saying, "Will you dance with me on Sunday?" It's so eerie. If I didn't know they would survive, this would read like a death scene, you know, like, we will dance in the light, I promise. And then they won't. Yeah, so Elias and the wolves just cut everything down. That's the search party. Okay. I like the description. A two-legged wolf with one sharp tool. Steel tooth, sorry. So it's like, yeah. Yeah, and they saw them, and now they say, surrender and the light will be kind to you. If you don't surrender, you will die. Those weirdos. Yeah, why do the white cloaks smell so wrong? Oh no, Hopper died. Oh, that's... Hmm. Oh, sad. Yeah, he was like defending him. Oh, poor little Hopper. Okay, now they're in a tent with a weird old guy. I assume it's not the guy that was in the show, you know? Perhaps it's the one. Okay, 9 men dead and 23 injured. Okay, so the wolves did quite a good job there. And 30 horses, okay. Oh no, they skinned Hopper. It's so mean. Yeah, and child BR. Is that the guy? Yeah, and BR hates them. I don't know why he does, but yeah, and Perrin is having problems discerning wolf from man in him. Yeah, it's probably hard understanding that you're a wolf guy. Besides these two, there were at least a dozen other men. What? Who was there? So Elias is either dead or away. So he's probably gonna rescue them down the line. Oh, so so yeah, effed up. So it's not like that. It's not like other men. It's just what we know. It's like Egwene, Perrin, and 8 wolves that did that. That's, oh my god. He has the true zeal. What does it mean? Yeah, and he's like, um, and the simplest explanation is mostly the truest. It's not dark friends. It's just people wanting water. Yeah, I mean, he's not an idiot. I like that. Even though he seems to be a douchebag, but I kind of like him, you know? Yeah, okay, now he's talking to them. So they found the X. They say the X is not from a village. Okay, he's Geo from Bornhald. Hello, Geo from Bornhald. Yeah, and this weird Biat guy just attacked him with an axe. Why? What's his problem? Yeah, and he's like, I just want you to walk in the light. You probably just don't know it, you savages. Yeah, and they also think the last battle is coming soon, so we know it is coming soon. Yeah, and now Bornhald says, yeah, but Trollocs can be half wolves as well, so that's interesting. Yeah, he's got a point. What's the difference between, so how are Trollocs created? I know it's gruesome, but I want to know. Yeah, and this is much more plausible. The arguments why they think they are acquainted to Tavalon, the reasons he's giving here, they are so good. Yeah, of course. It's much more than in the show where they were like, oh, I don't like you. You must be watered as a burr. I'm sorry. This is so much better. Like, he runs with wolves. They know that here, which, yeah, good point. They admit to be acquainted with water, which is mad of them to do, but yeah, got a point. Got the silver coin, they know it, got a point. They know Trollocs and Murdrol, got a point. You know what? And this great weapon that they have, got a point. So it's very, very, very logical that they think that they are waters, or that they are dark friends or whatever. Okay, so he like believes half of it, but he says, yes, Shadowlog, if you don't know that name, if you are not evil, you know. And now they take them with them to Camlin, I think. At least they're at Camlin as well. No man is so lost that he cannot be brought to the light, is a saying they have. Yeah, that sounds familiar. So they give them a chance, at least the Bornhald dude is. Bornhald is giving them a chance and says, yeah, we can be missionaries here. We can make them see the light. They are probably going to torture them, but at least they're alive. I don't know if the at least is appropriate there, but you know. Okay, so he wants to end Perrin and he wants to convert Egwene. Okay, great guy. Yeah, I kind of understand him though. He's like this. He's like indoctrinated by his religion, but he's doing like he sees people still. I think he still sees Egwene as like a girl and Perrin a bit like a boy. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's tough. Yeah. Anyway, those were the 3 chapters, so we will see each other in a moment when I recap what we discussed together. And yeah, otherwise we'll see each other next week. I hope. No, 2 weeks from now, and then everything will be normal again. I will also upload more stuff and content again, but yeah, the stretch of a lot of work will almost be over, fortunately, and yeah. So, see you soon. Hello there, great person. So today there will not be a further discussion because one of my friends got sick, unfortunately. Wish him all the best. And yeah, so this concludes the video then. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, consider liking, subscribing, ring the bell, you know the drill. And yeah, let's hope to see. Yeah, let's see each other again next week. I think I will prepare. I will probably just pre-record it and then upload it. I thought about it again, and yeah, I will probably put something out, with this timer thing, and then I hope you will get your video next weekend as well. And yeah, have a nice day. See you soon. Bye.